It really sucks when backpacking gear fails in the field. It's super easy to buy a lot of stuff that sounds great, and then you end up with junk. When I was backpacking early in my career, I tried the inflatable pillow. The videos made it look good. It sounded attractive. Sleep comfortably, rest well. Right up until that thing deflated at 2 a.m. and my head's all cranked up and oh, my neck hurts. And then I have to go instead of getting good sleep. I don't use those inflatable pillows anymore, but they sell a lot of pillows. When I'm setting up camp, I went strong tent stakes. Yes, they're a little bit heavier, I know. I just don't want to carry the weight either. But when you go pound, 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 break, and your tent stake folds in half, you think, oh, no problem. I'll just bend it back. I've never bent a tent stake that's been overbent. It goes snap because that alloyed metal just doesn't handle flexes too much. This is where you want to spend a little bit of money and get a much better quality tent stakes. Those cheapies that come with a lot of basic tents are just that cheap. They'll ruin your experience. I've gotten rid of some trekking poles over the years, and it's always the cheap ones. Why? Because they can collapse. The click lock on them just fails sometimes. I've now settled on my Black Diamond Trail flick lock poles, and also I have my Lecky twist lock poles. Yeah, they were both expensive, but man, they have absolutely paid themselves off. I've used them in Greenland and in, where was I, in Denali, all over the place. Those make a big difference in the experience. If you want to read what it's like to be on Denali solo, read my book, Lost at Windy Corner. You'll experience what real tough mountaineering is like. Having your headlamp turn on in your backpack is a real suckfest. Make sure to get a headlamp with a shut-off feature. However, make sure it's easy to understand because so many headlamps are sold on so many crazy features, you literally need to know Morse code. Hold it 3 seconds and then double tap, but hold it 5 seconds and then triple tap, and then remain holding it for 2 more seconds, and then it'll give you a lasagna dinner. I don't know why these guys make this stuff. Just make sure it has a shut off or take the battery out of it. That's how I deal with it. I had my headlamp conk out on me in a trip in the Sierras, and I got to my camp and thank goodness the moon was out, and I had this feeble little light just barely flickering. Yeah, that was an education. I won't do that again. Either take the batteries out or get the shut off. And without the support of your headlamp, it's really hard to backpack in the dark, but without a supportive backpack, it just puts a load on your shoulders, and that is just plain miserable. Make sure to have a hip belt support that actually carries the load. But here's the key if you stayed to the video this long. Bring an extra replacement belt buckle. If you stomp your backpack belt buckle and it breaks and you're carrying a heavy load, that sucker's going to be on your shoulder and you'll have to lash those straps together every time. I've seen people do it and it sucks. That ½ ounce is totally worth the wait.